Our world is a tapestry of wonders, a planet of breathtaking beauty and profound mystery. But woven into this fabric are threads of the inexplicable. There are places on our planet that defy all logic, locations that seem too strange, too dangerous, or too impossible to exist outside the pages of a dark fantasy novel. They are anomalies, glitches in the matrix of our reality, that challenge our understanding of the natural world and hint at forces we have yet to comprehend. These are not myths or legends whispered around a campfire. They are real, tangible places you can pinpoint on a map. But just because they exist, doesn't mean they should. Today, we're peeling back the veil of the ordinary to uncover 10 real places that shouldn't exist. Yet somehow, they do. Our journey will take us from the scorching heart of desolate deserts to the frozen wastes of Antarctica, from forests that steal souls to islands that reject the modern world entirely. Each location holds a secret, a story that borders on the unbelievable. Prepare yourself as we descend into the world of the unexplained. Our first stop is a wound in the earth that refuses to heal. In the heart of Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert lies the Darvaza gas crater, a fiery chasm over 200 feet wide that has been burning non-stop since 1971. Locals call it the door to hell, and it's easy to see why. The official story is a cautionary tale of human error. Soviet geologists, drilling for natural gas, accidentally punched into a massive underground cavern. The ground collapsed, swallowing their equipment and releasing a torrent of toxic methane gas. Fearing a catastrophic environmental disaster, they made a fateful decision to light it on fire, expecting the gas to burn off in a few weeks. That was over half a century ago. The fire still rages, a testament to a colossal miscalculation. But local folklore whispers a different, more sinister origin. Some believe the drilling operation didn't just tap into a gas pocket, but breached something much deeper, much older, a gate that was never meant to be opened. They say the flames are not just burning methane, but are an eternal warning, a glimpse into a subterranean world we were meant to leave undisturbed. From the fires of the underworld, we travel to the shores of a lake that seems to possess the power of Medusa. This is Lake Natron in Tanzania. Its waters are not the tranquil blue you'd expect, but a haunting blood red. This terrifying color is a warning. The lake is so hyper-alkaline, with a pH level reaching over 10.5, that it can burn the skin and eyes of most animals on contact. But its most chilling feature is its ability to literally turn animals into stone. Unwary birds and bats that crash into its surface are preserved in an instant, their bodies calcified by the lake's unique chemical composition of sodium carbonate and other minerals that flow in from the surrounding volcanic landscape. They wash ashore as ghastly, stone-like statues, frozen in their final moments. Yet in this seemingly inhospitable environment, a paradox exists. A species of flamingo has adapted to this deadly water, building their nests on the salt islands that form in the lake, protected from predators by the caustic moat. Life, it seems, finds a way, even in a place that looks like it was designed by death itself. In the heart of Transylvania, a region already steeped in dark folklore, lies a forest with a modern and terrifying reputation. The Hoia-Baciu Forest, just outside the city of Cluj-Napoca, is known to the world as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania. It's not the tales of vampires that chill visitors here, but something far more tangible and immediate. For decades, people have vanished without a trace within its unnaturally curved trees. Locals speak of a shepherd who disappeared along with his entire flock of 200 sheep, never to be seen again. Those who do emerge from the forest often have no memory of the hours, or even days, they were missing. They report intense feelings of anxiety, nausea, and inexplicable rashes. It's not just people who are affected. Electronics mysteriously fail. Cameras refuse to work, phones lose their signal, and drone footage cuts out inexplicably. At the forest's core is a strange, circular clearing where nothing grows, and soil samples show no reason for the barren patch. Even skeptical scientists who have studied the area are left baffled by the magnetic anomalies, the strange lights, and the disembodied voices that defy all rational explanation. On the other side of the world, at the base of Japan's serene Mount Fuji, lies another forest with a soul-crushing reputation. Aokigahara, the Sea of Trees, is a place of profound and unsettling silence. The forest floor is a tangled web of moss-covered roots, and the trees grow so densely that they block out both sunlight and sound. There are no birds singing, no animals rustling in the undergrowth. The silence is absolute, broken only by the wind and, some say, by something else. For centuries, Aokigahara has been associated with yurei, the ghosts of Japanese folklore. But its modern notoriety is even darker. The forest is infamous as a site for suicides, and visitors are greeted with signs urging them to reconsider their actions. But the forest's strangeness goes deeper. It is said to be rich in magnetic iron deposits, causing compasses to spin wildly, disorienting anyone who strays from the marked paths. Hikers tie tape to the trees to find their way back, creating a spiderweb of colored lines through the gloom. But the most disturbing legend is that if you stay too long in the suffocating quiet, the forest itself begins to speak, whispering your name on the wind, trying to lure you deeper into its eternal, silent embrace. Now we journey to the most remote and inhospitable continent on Earth, Antarctica. Here, in a landscape of pristine white, a gruesome spectacle bleeds from the ice. This is Blood Falls. For over a century, explorers were mystified by the 5-story crimson waterfall pouring out of the Taylor Glacier and staining the ice of Lake Bonny below. It looks like the continent itself is bleeding. For years, scientists thought the color came from red algae. The truth, however, is far stranger. The waterfall is the outflow of a subglacial lake, trapped beneath the ice for nearly 2 million years. This ancient underground lake is filled with water that is incredibly salty and rich in iron. When this iron-rich water finally seeps through a fissure in the glacier and makes contact with oxygen for the first time, it rusts instantly, creating the vivid, blood-red color. That's the scientific explanation. But it doesn't quell the unease. The water emerging is a staggering -7 degrees Celsius, yet it doesn't freeze due to its high salt content. An analysis of the water has revealed a complex ecosystem of microbes surviving in total darkness without oxygen, feeding on iron and sulfates. It's a form of life that shouldn't exist, suggesting that deep below the ice, something is alive. Beneath the romantic streets of Paris lies a dark, sprawling empire of the dead. The catacombs of Paris hold the skeletal remains of over 6 million people. In the late 18th century, the city's cemeteries were overflowing, posing a serious health risk. The solution was as grim as it was practical: to excavate the old burial grounds and transfer the bones into the city's ancient limestone quarries. What began as a disorganized bone repository was later arranged into macabre displays, walls of skulls and femurs stacked in neat, decorative patterns. But the 200 miles of tunnels that make up the network are largely unmapped and off-limits. Only a tiny fraction is open to the public. In the forbidden zones, explorers known as catapults navigate a secret world of hidden chambers, underground cinemas, and blocked tunnels. But many who venture into the darkness don't come out. Stories abound of people getting lost and perishing in the labyrinth. More chilling are the audio recordings captured by paranormal investigators. Faint whispers, disembodied voices, and screams caught on tape, suggesting that not everyone inside this kingdom of bones is dead. In a remote, forgotten valley on the Japanese island of Shikoku lies the village of Nagoro. At first glance, it seems like a quiet, populated town, but as you get closer, a deeply unsettling reality dawns. The figures you see fishing by the river, waiting at the bus stop, or tending to the fields are not people. They are life-size dolls. This is the work of one woman, Tsukimi Ayano. She returned to her childhood home to find the village nearly deserted, its population having dwindled due to age and migration. To combat the loneliness, she created a scarecrow in the likeness of her father. From there, her project grew. For every villager who passed away or moved away, she painstakingly crafted a doll to take their place, positioning them in locations that were meaningful to their human counterparts. Now, the dolls outnumber the human residents by more than 10-to-1. They sit in the abandoned school, a classroom full of silent children forever waiting for a lesson. They occupy the houses, staring out of windows with vacant, painted eyes. Ayano says she made them to bring life back to the village, but visitors report an overwhelming feeling of being watched. In the quiet of Nagoro, the dolls all seem to stare back, silent witnesses in a village where the living are the real ghosts. In the Bay of Bengal lies North Sentinel Island, a place that exists in the 21st century but refuses to be a part of it. It is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. For an estimated 60,000 years, they have lived in complete isolation, rejecting all attempts at contact from the outside world with violent hostility. Anyone who approaches, whether by boat or by air, is met with a volley of arrows. In 2006, 2 fishermen whose boat drifted too close were killed. In 2018, an American missionary who illegally visited the island was also killed. The Indian government has since established a 3-mile exclusion zone around the island, making it illegal to approach. We know almost nothing about their language, their culture, or their way of life. Aerial photographs show a lush green island, but no signs of agriculture. They are a hunter-gatherer society, living as their ancestors did tens of thousands of years ago. The island is a time capsule, a pocket of humanity untouched by modernity. And perhaps it should remain that way. The Sentinelese are not just protecting their home. They are protecting themselves from a world they have no desire to know, a stark reminder that some places are not meant for us to visit. It is perhaps the most famous mystery on the planet, a stretch of ocean that has become synonymous with the unexplained. The Bermuda Triangle, a loosely defined area between Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico, has been blamed for the disappearance of hundreds of planes and ships. The legend took hold in the mid-20th century, fueled by a series of high-profile incidents. The most famous is the loss of Flight 19 in 1945. 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers vanished during a routine training mission. A rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared without a trace. The Navy's own report concluded it was as if they had flown to Mars. In the decades since, countless other vessels have vanished in the triangle. Compasses allegedly go haywire, electronic equipment fails, and radio communications fill with static before cutting out completely. Some theories point to extreme weather phenomena like rogue waves or methane gas eruptions from the seafloor. Others suggest bizarre magnetic anomalies or even alien abduction. While statisticians argue the number of disappearances isn't abnormally high for such a heavily trafficked area, the stories persist, a chilling testament to the ocean's power to swallow secrets whole. Our final destination is a place of beauty that hides a deadly secret. Behind black iron gates adorned with skulls and crossbones lies the Alnwick Poison Garden in England. Unlike any other garden, this one is filled exclusively with plants that can kill. Inspired by the botanical gardens of Padua where the Medici family grew poisons to dispatch their enemies, the Duchess of Northumberland created this macabre collection of over 100 toxic, intoxicating, and narcotic plants. Here you'll find strychnine, hemlock, and the castor bean plant, whose seeds contain the deadly poison ricin. Visitors are strictly forbidden from touching, smelling, or tasting any of the plants. Some are so dangerous that they are grown in cages. Guides share stories of the plant's lethal histories, from their use in ancient assassinations to their role in modern-day crime. Even breathing too close to certain species can be dangerous. The garden thrives on this morbid reputation, a carefully curated landscape of death. It's a chilling reminder that some of the most beautiful things in nature are also the most lethal, a garden that seems to feed on death itself. From burning gates and petrifying lakes to silent forests and islands lost in time, our planet is home to places that defy our expectations and challenge our sense of safety. They are stark, unsettling reminders of the thin veneer of our understanding. These locations seem to operate by a different set of rules, governed by forces that are ancient, powerful, and utterly indifferent to human curiosity. Some places on Earth seem like they were never meant for us. Maybe that's why we fear them, why they fascinate us in equal measure, because deep down, when we stare into their abyss, we know they weren't made for the living.